Hi, everyone. I'm your host, Patty G. Russo, and this is Let's Talk Pets on Society Bites Radio. Today, we welcome to the show Rob Goddard from Helping Lost Pets. Now, Rob is the president of Helping Lost Pets, which is a free integrated map-based national lost and found pet registry database that helps people find their lost pets. Helping Lost Pets' mission is to provide one website where every lost and found pet is listed and to share these listings far and wide across the country. They provide their website services free to animal shelters, veterinarians, volunteer groups, and any pet-related business or organization so that we can all network everywhere to save more pets. Helping Lost Pets works directly with the Lost Dogs of America organization to provide free flyers and volunteer help across the entire United States, Canada, and beyond. They also collaborate with Pet FBI as they merge together to make the largest lost pet database. Welcome to the show, Rob.
Thank you for having me, Patty, and hello, everyone.
Yeah, so, when I first started doing my lost pet thing, my little lost pet group of 200 people at the time, I talked with you, and that's how I met you and Kathy, and so I've known about your organization for quite some time now, and it's just grown and grown and grown, obviously with the Lost Dogs of America and now joining with Pet FBI. And why don't you tell us how it all started and what your plans are for the future?
Well, I started the website launched it back in 2010, and after researching to see whether there really was a national database out there. I'm a computer techie by trade, so I've been in the business now for 30 years, and I know the importance of having centralized information when you're trying to deal with a particular issue, like lost pets, for example. Pets don't know borders, they don't know cities, counties, and things like that, and so being able to access information about pets wherever they are in the country just means more are going to get home. So that was really the basis of what led me to create Helping Lost Pets. And as I say, as a techie, I had the computer skills to do it. And I was also doing pet rescue at the time, so I was well aware of the whole issue of pets being lost and having to be rehomed because their families couldn't find them. So my goal right from the start was to try and bring everyone together and integrate things, and with the ultimate goal of saving the lives of pets that were in shelters.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, you use the expression pets don't know borders, and that's so true, because even though, I work in 2 counties with my organization here in Florida, I mean, we've had pets, of course, cross over borders. And so the reason we need a national database is frankly because of that type of thing, because the pets could be anywhere. I mean, we found just every single day we hear stories of pets found thousands of miles away. So explain to us, how this national database is helping and how the groups like mine should become more involved in it.
Well, interestingly enough, I remember back one of the long-distance cases we were able to assist with was there was a couple from Montreal, Canada, visiting Florida with their Sheltie, and of course their Sheltie got away on them, as sometimes happens, and they spent as much time as they could searching, but realistically, I mean, you've got to get home to family, to jobs, and things like that, and you can't stay forever searching for a pet that might take a month or 2 months to find. And so they ended up going home, but they had listed on my website, and some of the volunteers that use the website were able to get the flyer on their Facebook page, and someone found their Sheltie and was able to connect with that family, and that was a family that lost their dog in Florida, but were able to get them back home in Montreal. So that's really the power of what we need as a national database. And the other side of that too, though, is that even when it's a local pet, there are groups like yours that have done a fabulous job in 1 or 2 counties like you're dealing with. And if you're assisting pets in those counties and everybody's using your service, then you're helping pretty much every pet that gets lost in your community to get home. But you're right, there are some that get outside the borders, but there's not that many. But I want to focus on the communities though where there's 5 or 6 or 10 groups helping, right?
Mm-hmm.
And someone might list with one of them, but if they don't know about the others, and then someone finds the pet and they list with the others, there's no connection there.
Right.
So that's the whole, concept of having everything centralized, is there must be one place where you go and look,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and Kathy Poblowski and I talk about that a lot, about the pets that could possibly fall between the cracks because of this. We give your information out, and Lost Dogs of America, or Lost Dogs of Florida out, and the Lost Cats of America now, and I just noticed that there's a Lost Cats of Florida now. Because my group is a large group, considering there's 2 counties. We're almost at 28,000 people right now, so we get a lot of people from all over trying to post with us, and we stay pretty strict about, unless it's on the border of Hillsborough or DeSoto or Charlotte, we stay pretty strict because we don't have the expertise, and we don't want to pretend that we do, so we do give your information out to anybody that tries to post with us that is not in our 2 counties, because we want to offer them the help, and the free flyers. That's an important thing that you guys offer as well.
Yeah, it really is. It's good, and like I say, it really breaks down though where there's counties where there was never like groups that were formed years ago tend to be the larger ones and the more well-known ones. It's just that unfortunately, people come along and they don't search out in their area to see, well, is there someone already doing this?
Mm-hmm.
And if there is, well, why don't I join them? And together we can actually help more pets, rather than me starting my own thing and now, splintering it, right? Because, for a pet owner, wouldn't it be fabulous if, they could just list on one service, a national database, and spend the rest of their time out actually physically searching for their pet, because that's the other side of the equation here. You can't just list on a database. You've got to actually get out and do the physical, putting up flyers and, trying to make contacts and do searching, if you've got woods near you or wherever, and, give them more time to do that as well. So that's the other side of it. If they've got to go and search and list on 10 or 20 websites, then they're just, spending time that they don't really need to if we had a centralized system.
Right. Yeah. And the cool thing about your system, as I mentioned in the introduction, is that it's map based. So that's a really cool feature for people when they enter a report with you guys.
Yes. And that actually, the map, because we keep track of the coordinates, the GPS coordinates of where the pet went missing, we can then match it up with volunteer groups in the area and send them flyers, or send them pet alerts, shelters that are in the area that have listed with us. We can put on the listing that goes back to the person who's lost their pet and say, these are the shelters that are within 25 miles of you. And that way, it really gives them more information, because, not every shelter gets pet alerts. So, really, if you want to be doing everything you can to get your pet home, you really need to visit every shelter in your area and make sure that they have your information. And some of them are going to require you to fill out a separate lost pet report with them. But, hopefully the day will come when you don't have to do that, and it can just be all centralized into one system.
Yeah. And so working with the Lost Dogs of America organization and the Lost Cats of America organization, you guys have, I guess, how would I say it, under the umbrella of Helping Lost Pets or something, or just together, you have thousands of volunteers, correct?
Yes, I don't really know the exact numbers. There's lots of people that use the website that aren't even with any organization. They're just people that like to help others, and they might go and try to match up pets, or they maybe they found a pet, so they're trying to find the owner. And but really, our relationship with the volunteer organizations out there, like Lost Dogs and Lost Cats of America, is they use our website, and then they also post on Facebook. And some of the groups even go as far as to, take each pet owner on as a case manager, right? So they'll help them look at shelter listings, and they'll help them to give tips, or some even go as far as if they need to trap a pet, because some pets are not easily to catch, right? They don't want to come back because the longer they're out, they tend to go into survival mode, and so they'll even help you trap your pet. So there's all kinds of ranges from volunteers, people that just do a little bit, to other volunteers that have more time and will do a lot to help.
Yeah. And one of the important things about this is that it's free. We both know that there's all kinds of things out there that people try to get you to post on, but then you start doing it and you find out they want $50 or $200 or something like that. And the nice thing about your national database and the flyers, it is free, 100% free.
It is, and I do believe that it's really, really important to keep it free, because, let's face it, the goal here is to save pets. It's not to make money. And, I know all the volunteers that use our website, and I'm sure, your volunteers, everybody, we're in it to save the pets' lives. And if you're charging people to list, you're not going to get everyone to list with you. Right. And one reason for that is some people just can't afford it, right? Or they might not feel comfortable, paying, that particular service. So unless it's free, we can never get everyone to use it. So the problem with the pay sites is they're a little bit deceiving, because you list with them and then, okay, that's fine. And then all of a sudden something pops up and says, oh, well, if you pay us, well, we're going to do this for you. Well, you know what? They really should be upfront about what they're going to provide. I have no problem if someone wants to pay someone else to help them search for their pet or list their pet or whatever they're going to do. That's their choice. But what I really believe should happen is you should be upfront with whoever you're dealing with and tell them exactly what you're going to do for them, exactly what you're going to charge them for it before, you expect them to, put their listing in and everything else. And, but honestly, there are lots of free services out there. I don't think you need to pay anyone to put a listing up for your pet. There's there's so many free ways to do it. Right.
Right. I agree. And I find it a little shady when that happens, just what you explained, it's sad because I know a woman just got in touch with me the other day through our webpage and asked if I could help her, but she didn't have any money, and did it cost anything? And I'm like, no, it doesn't. So I just felt like she must have tried other services or whatever and got to the point that, oh, you've got to pay, and then she backed down. So here's this woman who is desperate for help and worried that whoever she might send a report into is going to charge her,
Yeah. And, the part about it really that disturbs me about that process, though, is that, let's face it, people that are going to list their pets, they love their pets and they want to get their pets home. If they didn't, they wouldn't go to the trouble of even searching. So, I can tell you that people that use our website, they're dedicated pet owners. Their pet has gone missing for one reason or another, and let's be